Tonight the match comes from Turf Moor for a real Lancashire hot pot between two free-scoring championship teams, Burnley and Preston. Will the fans coming to Turf Moor tonight see it exactly the same? Well, we see goals here at Turf Moor tonight. Well, the crowd are now in for a terrific game. Let's hope we can get a cracker tonight. It's Burnley against Preston North End in a Lancashire hot top of the derby. Kick-off just 10 minutes away. Welcome to Turf Moor, where the atmosphere has been building since about 6 o'clock this evening, whilst the Brentford game was going on. And remember, Brentford have beaten in the first match of the FA Cup 5th round. Brentford beat Derby 2-1 in a real cliffhanger as it turned out. Derby did come back in the end to win by 2-1. But let's have a look at these two teams. Both scored 4 goals in the previous round in games that we featured here. Burnley stick 4 out with play against Bournemouth in a fantastic match we saw. And then in the replay about a week or so ago, Preston North End went absolutely goal crazy, winning 4-3 in an absolute cracker at Crystal Palace. So both teams at the moment challenging in the top half of the championship. Burnley at the top of the table, incidentally, going very, very well under Vincent Kompany. And of course, Ryan Lowe doing an excellent job with Preston. Not so good at home, but very, very good on their travels, as you've seen already on the match this season away from home in the FA Cup. They are a pretty formidable opposition. And these two teams always like a good passionate derby, plenty of goals in them, and this FA Cup derby I'm sure will be no exception tonight. It's going to be an absolute classic. I can't wait to bring it to you here from the commentary box. It's the atmosphere is just building now. The teams are about ready to come out onto the pitch here. It's going to be absolutely superb. In fact, the teams are just about to come out onto the pitch. So let's join JB up in the commentary box to see what will happen in this derby tonight. It's going to be absolutely thrilling minute, and of course there's going to be rain as well to add into the mix as well. So there's going to be air and scare stuff here at Turf Moor tonight. Let's join JB at Turf Moor. Good evening and welcome to the commentary box here at Turf Moor. Good evening everybody. Well, a Lancashire hot pot of a derby certainly will be tonight. If we look at Johan Berg Gudmundsson there, the Iceland star that puts Bournemouth to the sword with 2 magnificent goals, although Scott twice stole the show in that last round with a super 4th goal to really put the icing on the cherry on the cake. Preston in their last game came from behind to beat. Well, they didn't come from behind, but they led 4 times against Crystal Palace, staying in front of the 4th time of asking, winning 4-3. And that was after 90 minutes, of course. We will get a decision today, maybe through extra time, penalties, or even or after 90 minutes. Look at the Burnley side, unchanged from that Bournemouth victory. So everyone who started there really keeps their place. I'll be interested to see how Manuel Benson and Anna Sonori get on either flank. Gudmundsson playing in that number 10 role, I think really suits him far better than the right hand side of midfield. Preston make one significant change from their victory against Crystal Palace. That is Emil Rees in for Ched Evans. Otherwise the team stays the same. Benny Woodman a real influence at the back. Watch out for Ben Whiteman, and Robbie Brady comes in at left wing back on his return to Turf Moor. A referee tonight, Michael Oliver from Camden Durham, and away we go. Burnley of course in claret and blue, Preston all in white with dark shorts. Here's Manuel Benson, early stores for Burnley. And a good run here at the start. And almost the first goal of the game. Half the ground for it had gone in. In fact, it hit the side netting. In fact, he miscued it there, Benson. And it went right into the net, side of the net. For a goal kick to Preston. But that would have been a dream start for the Claret. What, with less than 2 minutes gone? 21, nearly 22,000 here tonight. Full house. Couple of 2,500 from West Lancashire, of course, as well. Cheering on Preston North End, of course, the Lily Whites. First ever double winners back in 1888-89. Here's Parrott, who scored a brilliant goal in the last round against Crystal Palace. Here's Anna Sonori. Oh, that's a very meaty challenge. And I'll be amazed if Mr. Oliver doesn't get his book out here. That was an horrible challenge on Anna Sonori by Liam Lindsay. And I think it was justified, the yellow card, I think. If we see it again on the replay, Lindsay took the lot. So free kick to Burnley. And that's it to take. Shot to Harwood Bellis. Goodmanson did well, good skills. What about the shot angle? Died on him a bit. Tried to cross it in towards Ashley Barnes. Goodmanson again. Now Brady. You expected boos. No foul. Oh, there was. Said the referee there. Michael O'Rourke by Josh Brownhill. It was a bit harsh, to be fair, but it's a free kick to be taken by Robbie Brady here. Good open start to the game here. We certainly had that at Brentford earlier on tonight, where it was an open field. It should have been. We should have had more than the 2-1 score, and it finished off. And arguably, in some circles, perhaps Derby should have won that game. And no foul there on Goodmanson. Brady coming up with better there. Ball given away incidentally to Brownhill. Now to Barnes. And some weights in the centre. Ball played back. Here's Goodmanson now. Oh, brilliant goal! That's his 4th goal in the cup this season. And a crucial one here against Burnley's Lancashire rivals. Johan Berg Goodmanson gives Burnley the lead. Well, it was a wonderful ball back. And Goodmanson saw the opportunity to finish it. He's revelling in this number 10 role that Vincent Kompany has given him this season. And he's in there catching in well on it. That's his 4th goal in the FA Cup this season. He's got a couple in the league, of course, as well on top of that. But that is a remarkable statistic in FA Cup football, at least. Terrific goal. 13 minutes gone. Burnley are in the lead. And lead Preston North End by a goal to 0. And now Wayne Lordside have been asked the question, what have you got? Here's Potts. Burnley have got to be wary of Troy Parrott, of course. But here's Reese. There's danger here for Burnley. Reese has done well, pulled the ball back, and it's been turned in. Troy Parrott. 2 goals in 3 minutes. Well, Reese does remarkably well here. Burnley back off him a little bit, and Troy Parrott got in there, slid it under the poor Aro Miric, and Burnley, having gone ahead, have been pegged back on the very next attack. 1-1. So Parrott gets his goal. Was he scored in that game against Crystal Palace, really, that got Burnley, got Preston rather on their way then. This is Reese. Brownhill went in a little bit strongly perhaps. Here's Brady. Parrott intercepted, and Roberts now getting it away for Burnley. Bayer, Brownhill, Goodmanson. Challenges coming in thick and fast here as we approach 20 minutes gone here at Turf Moor. So Ronan It is to Preston. McCann. And here's Brady. Played in there to Reese. And good block there by Harwood Bellis, and it needed to be. Here's Benson. Straining the traffic, and here's Ben Whiteman. Here's Reese. McCann. Gunnarsson in the way. Roberts. Benson. And onside. It's Ashley Barnes now. It's a big chance for Burnley. And it's saved by Woodman. It's a corner. A corner now to be taken by Josh Brownhill. Played in there towards the near post. And Zahori just wide. Good corner from Brownhill. On the money. There's the header. Wide of the target. Goal kick. Don't forget, it's coming up on JB Sports next 2 nights. Manchester City against Aston Villa. 8 o'clock start from the Etihad. And then the next night we've got 2 FA Cup highlights for you, plus most of the goals from most of the other ties. Plus we got Frank Bruno against David Adelaide live from Networth. All coming your way at 9:30 Thursday on JB Sports. Football highlights, FA Cup highlights and boxing. Here's Reese. Parrott! Danger here for Burnley! And it's the danger for now has passed. Troy Parrott did everything but score there. Beat everybody but beat the crossbar too. No foul. He's giving away really to McCann. Here's Gummerson to Roberts. Roberts playing that in. It's away once more. Whiteman gets it out. On the way now to Potts. Matson. Oh, well, Parrott away from Matson there. Ball played back. Cullen. Zahori. Oh, he's done well, Zahori. He's got Barnes in the middle. Benson is making a terrific break as well, and he spotted him there. Benson! What a brilliant team goal from Burnley! And now masterfully finished off by Manuel Benson. 2-1 Burnley lead in the derby. Terrific run from Zahori. Had Barnes in the centre, but he had the presence of mind to tee it back from Manuel Benson on the edge of the area. And just inside the box, he's smashing it like an arrow past the goalkeeper Freddie Woodman. And Burnley lead in this 5th round cup derby by 2-1. Well, that really has put Burnley back in business again. In more ways than one, because, let's face it, they've been the better side. Preston have shown glimpses of what they're all about, but Burnley have had that nous. But here's McCann, blocked brilliantly there by Harwood Bellis. This comes to Parrott, and Burnley struggling to get it away, and that was a good effort there. And a very good save from Muric, who had to react well to going to his left hand side to make the save. So a corner it is. Brady up. Zahori trying to get it out. Hughes. It was McCann who had the shot that was saved by Muric a minute ago. Here he's on the ball now. Parrott. Easy for Muric. Last 3 minutes plus injury time at the end of a highly competitive first half. Benson to Gudmundsson. And Barnes is onside. Surely he might have made it. Oh, he's missed it. I was going to say surely he's going to make it 3, but he's hit it over the bar. And he was going from the moment it left his foot. No kick.
The referee has indicated
Good header one there.
4
minutes at the end of a highly competitive first half then. Parrott. Oh, nicely done. Here's Potts. Danger here again for Burnley. Oh, great challenge. It was inside the penalty area. Potts was steaming down on Murich's goal. And Harwood Bellis had to make a good challenge. He had to time it right. And boy, did he time it right. Here's Lindsay, who's on a yellow card, of course. Liam Lindsay. Story. Edson. Lindsay again with a challenge. And the referee has blown for half time. No foul. Referee Oliver says half time. Well, what a first half that was. Goodmanson put Burnley ahead after 13. Then Harry equalised 3 minutes later. But then Manuel Benson with the goal of the game so far, giving Burnley a half time lead. They lead 2-1. We'll be back with the second half of this brilliant derby right after the break.
I'll be back in some. Hang on, there's someone in the kitchen. A 5-minute weekend call to India or Pakistan that cost £6.32 has gone down to £4.95, a cut of 21%. But where's him Akram? Oh, it's all right. Don't worry. He can't see me. It's only Rory McGrath. I'll call you back. What's more, with BT's friends and family and Premier Line, it can be as low as £3.72. You know, I think I'm better than Bob at this. Less predictable. Ring 0800 003 800 to see what you could save.
Turkish delight, full of Eastern promise.
Come on. Wow, who says crime doesn't pay?
The bigger they are, boss, the harder they fall.
I'm thinking of buying a house, sir.
On your salary, boss. Then how do you intend to pay for it? With your Barclay card?
Well, funnily enough, sir, you could get up to £1,500 back from Barclay card with a new Barclays mortgage.
£1,500, eh? Well, Belgravia beckons, boss.
I think it's a good offer, sir.
Just leave it thinking to me. Aha. Well, boss, I think we can safely say that this place will be on the market soon.
I wouldn't move if I were you, sir.
I have no intention of moving, boss. You're the one who's been wittering on about mortgages. Right, let's get out of here.
Don't worry, sir. I've got the evidence. I'd better get back to bed.
For more information, call 100 Freephone Barclays.
Conventional wisdom, a sandpit for an ostrich. At the University of Life, we run a different course. Entitled, Who Am I? Pay attention. I may be asking questions.
Welcome back to Turf Moor as we get this second half underway. What a game it has been. The atmosphere around this ground has been absolute tenfold as well, but we saw what happened in this derby so far. It's been a cracking encounter between two sides, local sides that are really up for these bragging rights, as well as a place in the sixth round of the Cup. Here's Parrott. Excellent challenge by you, Matson. Did really well there, the left back. Oh, Zahori's got free. No, the big opportunity now for Anasanori to make it 3-1. He's taken it. 5 minutes into the second half. It's Anasanori for Burnley. They lead by 3 goals to 1. Terrific move. He just robbed the Preston player on halfway. He got 1-on-1 with Freddie Woodman. And in the ball went. Well, I was looking forward to seeing how well these two wingers of Burnley would get on tonight. They're getting on fantastically well. Zahori and Benson have scored 2 of the 3 goals. Add to the one from Goodmanson. It's Burnley now 3-1 ahead against Preston North End. And now, what a pressing got in powers of recovery. Ryan Lowe will have to spare his troops on. But Vincent Kompany's side playing great football and playing terrific football at the moment. Top of the championship by an absolute mile. Certainly on course for a Premier League return. Now maybe cruising into the last day of the FA Cup as well, along with it. And Zahori again got 3 down this near side. Goodmanson charged away. Well, we've seen him score spectacular goals, like the one he got against Bournemouth in the last round. Zahori. When I say the one he got, it was the first one he got because he got 2 of them. The second was a typical finish, but the first one was a brilliant goal to make it 2-0 in that game. McCann. Well, he did well there, McCann. Slipped the Burnley defender. Fair away. And Parrott has scored. But the flag is up for offside. Now Parrott will not get his second goal of the night. There's the linesman's flag. We're going to see Scott Twine come on now. You haven't seen a replay, but we've seen a replay. Parrott's off as well. Ched Evans is on, and Scott Twine replacing Goodmanson. But we just seen a replay off. You haven't seen it on air, but yeah, Parrott had strayed well offside as that ball was played, and the goal quite rightly not given. Here's Zahori. He's got a taste for it now. It's Brownhill, the captain. Well, he could have made it 4 and should have made it 4. McCann coming off. It's all hands on deck now. Here comes the corner. Handed away. Twine will return it with compliments. What a cracker in that 4-0 win, and almost got on the score sheet as well. Woodburn with the save. Brady. Reese. Free kick. Should be no more than the yellow card, I would think. Oh, it's a red. Josh Cohen has been, well, that is a nonsensical decision from the referee. It's no more than a free kick, possible yellow card, and I have to say, Michael Oliver, with all the will in the world, has completely overreacted there, and in my opinion, that is not a red card offence. Vincent Kompany is furious, I can tell you, on the far side. Johnson has come on as well. That was, I can tell you, in the earlier substitution, Johnson had come on for Preston, but now they've got a man advantage. Now they'll feel they've got a chance here, albeit a rather generous one from the referee. Here's Johnson, and Muric has saved Burnley again. Burnley having to make a change now. They have to. The club captain replaces the skipper for the night as Burnley look to try and hold out at 3-1 with 10 men. And a harsh decision from Michael Oliver. It also means now that we'll just wait for this corner now. Cohen now sits out the possibly the quarterfinals if Burnley wicked, and here comes Cohen, here comes Manuel Benson, who can make it safe, and he's made it safe surely now with 22 minutes to go. Benson gets his second goal, and surely Burnley are on their way to the quarterfinals. Well, 10 men or not, Benson here is determined to make it 4 here. Gets the ball away in his own half. He runs all the way, practically the whole length of the field, and absolutely gives Woodman not a glimmer of hope. 4-1 now to the 10 men of Burnley. Would Bennett replaced by Charlie Taylor now for the remaining 20 minutes or so.
Substitution for Burnley. Coming off the pitch, number 5, Taylor Harwood-Bellis.
It's a real... I'm still trying to get over the shock of the decision now the referee gave there in Preston's favour, but it hasn't affected Burnley's stride one shot. Here's Evans. Johnson! Good save from Armel Miric. Preston corner. Watman to take. Well, a bit of drama this game has been produced. Even more dramatic than the one we saw earlier at Brentford. But Burnley looking a lot more domineering as a home team than what Brentford ever were in the second half of that game. And look at Corco. He's not the quickest of men, but he's certainly had the nous to run at least half the length of the field to even get a shot off there. Typifies how confident Burnley are as a team, even down to 10 men. They don't let seem an injustice of a decision bother them too much. Here's Brady. Certainly doing well. It's a delight to watch this Burnley style of play, which has taken the championship, as I say, by storm, and certain parts of the FA Cup with it as well. That performance against Bournemouth was just typifies how confident they really were and preparing to get the 3 points, preparing to get the win they needed. Barnes now! Good save again, and a corner. They're looking for more than 10 men here, and Ashley Barnes nearly provided them with a 5th here. If it wasn't for the goalkeeping of Freddie Woodman, it could have been far more. Preston, who had a decent run in the cup themselves, it looks as if they're going to fall short at the home of one of their deadly rivals. Bayer. Jordan Bayer. Oh, he was daring to go forward then. When you're forward up, you can afford to do that sort of thing. Here's Whiteman. Potts. Johnson running into traffic there. Benson straight to Potts. Johnson again. Still Johnson. Oh dear. That's been the story of the game for them, as Alan Brown replaces Potts.
To be replaced by number 8, Alan Brown.
So we've got about, what, 6 minutes per stoppage time. Then cruising into the quarterfinals, deservedly so, really. And of course, they've had to endure an injustice of Josh Cullen rather harshly being sent off, but I felt it was at least at most a bookable offence. Here's Brown for Preston. And he's trying to get some sort of consolation. They're going out the cup at the moment, but Burnley are playing with a swagger. And oh, look at Ashley Barnes there. Great consistency there by the number 10, but he's not got much pace to burn. And in the end gets his shot away, which was well repelled by Freddie Woodman, but just obviously Ashley Barnes' pace just lagging a little bit, which allowed Preston to get a couple of numbers back there to sort of put him off, really. And it's a corner to Burnley, caught with it. Johnson away. Here's Ched Evans. Bayer has allowed him to go all the way through, and Ched Evans can score here for Preston. That's a lovely goal. Not it don't matter in the grand scheme of things. Celebrated as if he's won the FA Cup, but they're going out of it. Don't be deceived by the celebration. But at least it's something for the Preston fans to take away from them tonight. What's been a horror show for them. So it's back to 4-2 anyway, and Preston made that numerical advantage count there, but rather too late. Burnley are still going through, deservedly so, through to the 5th round, through to the 6th round, I should say. That's a nice little finish there from Ched Evans. But Burnley are going through, no doubt about that, despite the celebrations. He's happy enough, but he's not going to get any further than the 5th round, I'm afraid. There is his club. There's no time for even 2 more goals, even in 5 stoppage time minutes. Zahori. What odds on Benson scoring a hat-trick now? Well, Zahori went for the near post and nearly got hit the jackpot in some inverted ways. We see that go again from Evans. It's a good little chip over Muric, one has to say. But it means nothing in the context of where the quarter-final place is going, and it's going to the home team. Caught with a corner. Someone was lurking again. Cork will get a second opportunity. Benson wants the ball because he wants a hat-trick. And he's got a hat-trick! What a way to mark a fantastic 5-star Burnley performance. A hat-trick for Benson. And 3 magnificent goals. 5 for Burnley. If you add the goals from Zahori and Goodmanson earlier. They've been far too fluent, far too good for Preston North End tonight. And Manuel Benson surely is the man of the match. 5 goals to 2. Benson has claimed a hat-trick, and that was the last kick of the game, and Burnley are through. They're now in the last 8 of this competition, and if they get a good draw, who knows, they might get to Wembley. But Benson, magnificent performance, grabs the hat-trick. Goodmanson and Zahori with the other goals. Ched Evans and Troy Parrott with the Preston goals, but it was too little too late. It's finished here. Burnley 5, Preston 2.
Where I'm going, I can't be sure what they'll be having for breakfast, so I'm packing my own. I'll definitely be wanting brown fibre, no added sugar or salt, and 100% whole wheat. So it can only be shredded wheat.
Will you been eating anything else, love?
No, with this lot and a bit of luck, we'll be fine.
Shredded wheat and bite-sized too.
There is no better cereal.
Ours is paradise. Voices are never raised in argument. Never. There's only one sex, so no emotional problems. No fast cars. No noisy discos. Everyone is equal and lives to 803. Me? I sold up and moved to Earth.
Control tower to British Airways Concorde. You are clear for takeoff.
Last year, more international passengers chose to fly with British Airways than with any other airline. In fact, last year, British Airways planes travelled over 150 million miles. That's further than from Earth to Mars and back. British Airways, the world's favourite airline.
To introduce Walker's new, tastier salt and vinegar flavour, they're calling them Salt and Vinegar.
Come on. Wow, who says crime doesn't pay? The bigger they are, boss, the harder they fall. I'm thinking of buying a house, sir. On your salary, boss. And how do you intend to pay for it? With your Barclay card? Well, funnily enough, sir, you could get up to £1,500 back from Barclay card with a new Barclays mortgage. £1,500, eh? Oh, well, Belgravia beckons, boss. I think it's a good offer, sir. Just leave the thinking to me. Aha. Well, Boff, I think we can safely say that this place will be on the market soon. I wouldn't move if I were you, sir. I have no intention of moving, Boff.
You're the one who's been wittering on about mortgages. Right, let's get out of here.
Don't worry, sir. I've got the evidence. I'd better get back to bed.
For more information, call 100 free phone Barclays.
Ball where it's finished Burnley 5, Preston North End 2. A hat-trick from Manuel Benson, the standout story of the night here from Turf Moor. And Burnley now join Brentford in the last 8 of the Emirates FA Cup. A terrific performance by them as well. A great team performance, and one has to get the feeling that this performance will go down as a very, very good performance indeed. So, what can I say? Manuel Benson, a superb individual performance. It was a terrific performance, and I have to say, let's have a delve into the red card a little bit and get my actual opinions on that. Now, obviously, JB in the commentary box said that it was a bit harsh. I've had a look at it from about 3 or 4 different angles, and I have to say that the referee was a very overreacting soul here, because I felt the challenge. Yes, it was a late challenge. It was sort of one-legged, but I didn't think it was a harsh challenge in any way. And I felt that the referee there could have shown a little bit of compassion there and just said to Josh Cohen, I'm going to book you. It's a committed challenge, and I feel that a yellow card would have been sufficient in that situation. Unfortunately, it wasn't the case, and it was a red card that was given, and well, it means Colin now probably misses the quarter-final now, should Burnley make it. It doesn't affect the league games, but Burnley top there. But a word or two about Preston. They were found wanting a little bit tonight. Maybe the exploits of the last round and the replay maybe took their toll a bit and probably deserved to get beat in the end. Well, that's it from us at Turf Moor. Let's tell you what we've got coming up on the match next week, tomorrow night. It's the big one, Manchester City against Aston Villa. Plus, we'll have goal clips from the Newcastle West Brom tie. That's all coming up your way at around about 8 o'clock tomorrow night. But at Turf Moor tonight, a hat-trick for Benson, and Burnley beat Preston in that Lancashire FA Cup hot pot. For us all here, good night.